the markets take another dip to restart and refuel this moon boy ship. My dreams may be futile, but it's you say, well, my dreams may be futile, but Bitcoin bull keeps charging away. Oh, you see, my Bitcoin bull keeps charging away. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now they can hear us and now they can see us. If anyone have any issues with the balance of the sound, let us know and I will adjust it. Welcome to the show today. I'm very happy to have you on and talk to you.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start with the basic. Who are you? Let's start with one of you.
Go for it, you fire away.
I'm John, and I guess my background is I've kind of worked in a kind of creative sector for quite a long time. So my day job is a screenwriter. So I write for kind of TV and stuff here in the UK. And I guess I came to this through Richie, who is more of like a crypto guy. I'm a collector, so I'm a collector and a creative person. And Richie, well, you can talk about yourself.
Well, I was a professional poker player for over a decade, and the poker community is massive into crypto. So I got into that about 2013 and just like messing around with it for a little bit. And then a few years later, ended up getting into NFTs when they weren't really ready yet. And I came to John with the idea in about 2017, but we had no idea how to do any of it. And he thought I was crazy because he had no idea on crypto. So we knocked it on the head until this year. And then obviously I've been waiting for something. So GPT got released.
Yeah.
Passing over a couple of beers, I mentioned this to John, and he got incredibly excited. I did not realise he was this huge collector.
Yeah.
And then from there, we had a few more beers, and then if ever you're trying to explain to someone who knows nothing about crypto how to buy wax and things like that, it was painful.
Yeah.
This was before you could buy wax on straight away from the Wax wallet.
Yeah.
I think you nearly gave up a few times.
I nearly gave up. Yeah. I had to have him like on the phone and like he had to like properly take me through all the steps and stuff.
How do I buy Bitcoin?
But
What's an exchange?
I was desperate to get those garbage pail kids, so I got them.
But that's good because you have different kind of background. And okay, so that poker part, did you ever play for Bitcoin or other cryptos in some way?
It wasn't where I started, but there was a couple of sites because poker was banned in the US, but Bitcoin sites came a thing. So I started. I didn't play a lot because there wasn't that much traffic on them because it was obviously illegal where they were at. But yeah, I had a dabble on there and I did actually all right on it. But that was when Bitcoin was worth nothing. So yeah. I look back at some of the hands and I was playing for like a full Bitcoin. Well, it was like I lost. I stupidly I lost about 500 Litecoins when it was worth about $500, and then I look back and think, oh my god! And then I cleaned myself out of Litecoins, and then now that have been worth a bloody fortune. But yeah, it was mental the amount that you could play for. If in this real terms now, at the point it was worth nothing.
Yeah, I actually have a cousin that has lived and sustained his life on poker for over 20 years.
Well, the 20 years I burned out after about 13.
You really need to be a special person to balance. Like when you have winnings, you need to put aside money for the coming month because perhaps you won't have the same winnings in the coming 3 months. So you need to sustain it. And well, he had to keep all of that in track.
I gave myself a pay at the start of every month because if you didn't, when it was going well, you'd just splurge and then you'd regret it the next month. But steady.
So you came for the garbage pail kids, and what did you collect before that?
To be fair, I've been a collector ever since I was a kid, but I suppose my main kind of collection is like old school video games. So I've got like a massive like Super Nintendo collection. It's very, very sad. some of them behind me there, but I've got hundreds and hundreds of Super Nintendo games. And yeah, Garbage Pail Kids I loved when I was a kid. So when Richie said to me, "Did you used to collect Garbage Pail Kids?" I was like, "Did I?"
I never knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
It was enough.
I was like, "Let me get my sticker books out. Here you go."
I was getting pictures of them. You brought me my first physical Garbage
I
Pail
did,
Kid. I got all sorts of it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's kind of like it's really bizarre because, you know, when I was a kid, I'd say Garbage Pail Kids were probably one of the first things that ever like inspired me creatively, if that makes sense. You know, I was so I've got a real fond memories of them, and they've got a place in my heart. So it really pulled me in, and you know, and here we are now, just having a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And like, okay, the Garbage Pail Kids, the first release was very exciting. Everything was new, and each day there was something new coming. Like in the first 3 weeks, we went from 1 market to 3 markets, and the volume was crazy.
Yeah.
People were building tools, people were building websites and everything. It was exciting.
Yeah, that first day on Simple Market, I didn't have a clue what was going on. It was it's come a long way since then.
Yeah, and if we look at like Waxplorer, it existed back then, and from like he had a few visitors per day, he started to have a lot of traffic. The website could not handle it. He had to improve everything, and then we go to today. It's one of the most essential websites for collectors on the Wax ecosystem.
Yeah. It's the best place to show your collections. Definitely, it's great.
Yeah, it's good.
So okay, and we have so you're a screenwriter. Is that what you said? Yeah. So what kind of like TV shows, movie? What kind of things are you working on your side?
I mean, I work on a really kind of wide range of stuff. So kind of like here in the UK, I've written for kind of like all the kind of continuing drama shows, or I've written quite a lot of kids TV. I mean, I've got kind of lots of things in development, some really exciting stuff, but it's no point talking about it until stuff happens. You know what I mean? I've learned that the hard way. So, but so a really varied kind of experience, really.
I just got some notice that we are having some issues with how the video is smooth right now. I think it's started to go good again. Yeah, we have a question. Did you work on Downton Abbey?
No.
But we have that one show that it has like started like it was when I was a kid on TV, and it still shows new episodes on TV.
Which is that Downton Abbey?
Yeah, it could be. I think we have another name for it in Sweden. Yeah, well, there are a few actually British ones. Yeah.
I think it's finished now, isn't it?
No idea. You're not getting rid of the Downton Abbey talk.
No. Okay, so you have 2 different backstories, and how are you using them now with what you're doing?
Well, just we've gone through about 4 or 5 different plans since May before we got there, and then we eventually fell into didn't fall into horrors. That was probably the one that both grabbed us. But mainly we wanted to do comics because tapping into John's screenwriting background, and it's not something that anybody else I don't think's done particularly in the NFT world. There's a couple of bits, but I wouldn't say that have really focused on the comic bit. So that was a natural fit for us, and probably using his expertise in that.
Yeah, is it 4 weeks ago we have Vansinity Comics on Wax? I guess that's the first step.
That was the first one. Yeah, we saw that come out. We were straight on it, look and see what they were doing, see if it was the same kind of thing or not. I think obviously it's the first one that's told a story in a similar vein. I think the display it's completely different to us, which I was glad about at the time, I've got to admit. But yeah, no, that's but I think there's a massive gap for stories in NFTs. You could go so many different ways with it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at like what Bitcoin Origins are doing, is like, you know, a super interesting way of telling stories, and I think that's what appeals to us, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like what I really like now from this conversation, I mean, we have been here for 10 minutes. It's not a long time, but already you are showing that you're not just doing something on wax. You are an active part of the community, which is very exciting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We've same. I think our partners are sick of hearing about it. We've been talking about it for months. But just to start with the collectibles, I got stupidly excited about Shatner, and I've never even had any interest in Star Trek before. So like, since GPK, I think we've been involved in pretty much every release, just because it's exciting and fun, and we know it's a new space. That's always exciting to be involved with. Yeah. But then we started thinking about what we could do as well.
Yeah, for some reason there is a small lag for people on the YouTube stream, and I don't think I can actually affect that. I think hopefully it will solve itself. Should be able to start and it should pick up again. Let's hope it works. I think we should be back already, and I think the connection now says it's excellent. I think there was some kind of API issue. Anyone in the stream, in the chat, let me know if it is solved. It looks solved from my side at least. So I don't think they missed a lot of the chat. They just experienced some lag with the chat with what we're talking about. Yeah. So okay, you are doing something that like horrors. They are everything you do right now. Everything you have shown that you're doing is scary in some way, intriguing and scary.
Coming across, that's the plan. Yeah.
So what's the story there?
Well, I'm a massive horror fan, and I think when we were kind of thinking about what kind of project we wanted to do, it felt like there was a bit of space for something a bit more dark or a bit more kind of mature, and that's kind of what prompted it, I suppose. And there's a big reference point for me, and I don't think many people will have it. But there were these the top trump cards we get here in the UK. But I remember as a kid there were these horror cards, and I always remember I was looking at these cards. I had that sense of looking at something I shouldn't have been looking at, and I think that was kind of like one of the big things that I wanted to capture with this. That just is something not quite right here. And I think
we also got a bit of that completely different art style to most of the things that are out there, I would say. So again, we did look at what's out there and where there was a bit of a gap and where we could make our mark a little bit. And obviously, you absolutely love horror, so it seemed like the perfect fit. Yeah.
Yeah, as we're talking, I'm actually putting them on stream on the screen in case someone hasn't seen it that is listening, so they can relate. I'm putting out the things that you pushed, not today, but the things, because there are some new things today that we will show. But right now on stream, next to our beautiful faces and everything, they will be able to see your moving images.
So what's your favorite character? Have you had a look yourself?
Yeah, I really love scary clowns for some obscure reason. I mean, I think they are terrifying. If I saw it in real life, I would not want to stay where I am. I would run. At the same.
Yeah, we thought he was a strong star. A lot of people are freaked out by clowns.
Yeah, like everyone has some kind of relationship to it, or it either from a movie or from something. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a scary clown in real life. I don't think I've seen a lot of them. I can probably count them on one hand in real life.
If remember if you did.
But I lived in China for a year, and I was there during Halloween, and I went to a store and I found an awesome mask. There was a clown mask that was so scary, and I put it on and I walked around with it on the streets. And when I came around the corner, I'm a little bit bigger. I was probably like 95 kilos, 185 tall. In China, I'm a taller guy. In Sweden, I'm like a standard guy almost. But when I walk around there with the clown mask, everything, I had a long black jacket, walking around with black leather gloves and everything. It was just what I had on me. But when I walk around the corner and the Chinese people whoop whoop and they ran across the street. They didn't want to go on the same street. They were scared. Yeah, it was really fun, and I went out on in a nightclub with that outfit, and it was so much fun. And one could really tell that some people had big issues with that scary clown, and some just found it awesome.
Yeah, I think that's why we a lot of the characters we've kind of shown are a bit more familiar. I think in the collection there's some, a bit more kind of obscure stuff that people are going to have to look into to kind of find out about. But it made sense for us to kind of have stuff that was a bit more accessible.
Lead with things that people know. But yeah, there's a lot of when we were doing the research into it, there's some crazy folklore horrors out there that we haven't even touched upon.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't see any horrors, any comics before, and we didn't really see any horror themes. And now we saw a horror themed comic. But what they did with Vansinity is that they like put cosmetic on people and actors and did it in a way that I have never seen a comic like that. So it is very different. But like, how are you visioning your comic going together? If we can compare it to that, and let's compare it to something we're used to in the store, like as a reference point.
What we're looking to do is, it's all about, it needs to be displayed correctly, I think, the way we're doing it. So the first time out, we're going to go for 4 panels per frame we're looking at. So you've got your 4 NFTs, and if you only have 2 of them, you can't really see what's going on the page. But if you have all 4, you've got the complete page, and then obviously you just turn the page, keep going. How many pages have we got on the comic we're looking at? About 80 frames worth of no,
I'm not exactly.
Yeah, I think there's around 18. It's again been dabbled with a few times. Yeah. So we're going simply 4 NFTs per page, and you need all of them to get the full picture of the story. Yeah. And some of the frames will be from this initial release. A lot of the characters involved from here, and then the comic release will fill in all the gaps and tell the story with everything else going on.
So it's quite a unique thing, because we wanted the card series to stand on its own kind of thing. So it's got a bit of an experimental quality to it, and the story is crazy. So, but
as you said, we wanted the collectibles to be good enough as a collectible set in its own right, which I think we're biased, but we think we've got that down. And then after that, this just gives that added utility to the cards. Yeah. And hopefully tells a
I mean, it was quite an organic, the way it developed. It wasn't because basically, I suppose the way it's gone on, the more we've gone, it's like, well, can we do this? And just keep pushing it. And we without giving too much away, we wanted to kind of hide something in the series that we thought people could discover once they started opening packs and stuff, which we thought would be exciting. But that's kind of grown and into something else, and
and that's where the comic's at now. So there will be some things in there which may allude to the future story, but those are just hidden little bits and pieces. And then later down the line we'll see the full thing.
So technically, how will the comic be presented? Will there be some kind of on collectibles you can flip pages? Will it be something similar to that, or more like a PDF, or since you have to put in your NFTs and things?
No, it will be. We're still in talks with the technical side to get it nailed down. How we vision it and how we have been told it is doable. Because we're not doing it ourselves. We've got no chance of being able to do that. But I say, if you imagine on the collections page, you have that, but we'd say we'd only have the 4 of them. They'd pull up the information from the NFTs, page 1, frame 1, bring them all together. There will be different varieties of them as well, so different rarities of the comic page. So if you have got a rarer version, it'll still tell the same story, but it will have different effects, is how we envision it. And so so that each page will be constructed separately, and you just have to flick through the pages one by one. But we haven't got the technicals nailed down, to be honest, 100%. We are in discussions.
And that's okay, because I guess that's part of the creativity. Everything will evolve as you move forward, but it's just important that you have a vision, a place to go.
We're very confident that it's going to be done as well, but not by us. By somebody with much more technical skills. But yeah, we've got our vision. We've got everything as we want out. The art's complete for the collectible set. It's the comic's still in progress because there's a lot of extra frames and effects and everything to go with that. But yeah, we do need to have it all put together correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it really sounds like something that could be really fun to collect and explore, especially when the NFTs have some interactive part of the pages and everything. And like if you have a website based and that you log in, it should be very possible, at least if you have the right people that build it. So.
But that's where we're going with that, yeah. So yeah, so you just log in through Cloud Wallet, obviously, and it brings up your inventory and selects the correct NFT for the correct bit. And if you don't have it, you don't have the full story. And also, you'll be able to select the different rarities and varieties. So you can make, if you have like a full collection of one set, you can have it all in the same format. But obviously, other frames, there might be secret things thrown in there as well. There's a lot of ideas.
Yeah. So I guess ideally there'd be a bit of like customization to it, and you could, potentially select which kind of frame you use and stuff. But this is for more technical people to execute. But yeah, that's our kind of.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the vision. Where are we today, and what has happened so far? There are some NFTs available for people. So let's start there.
Well, we've just been kind of promoting the project, getting, so people can, see the artwork, get our kind of name out there a bit.
But yeah, I think we've got 4 promos out at the moment, and there will be there'll be a few more to come. We decided not to do a promo 5 this week. There's a lot of noise in the NFT space, and that might get drowned out a little bit. But so next week there'll be promo number 5 will be getting released, because it's a bit of a balance there, because we've got a lot of characters, a lot of art. So but we're not going to show it all, because we want people to be opening packs and be like, "Oh my god, who's that?
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? What's going on here? I don't even know what that is. We'll have to find out what it is." So we're going to probably show about half, keep half back over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and for anyone watching right now, above our faces, if you go to wax.atomichub.io, you can actually search for Ultra Horrors, is the collection name, and you can find a few of them here that I'm just scrolling through, so you can look if you're interested in finding out more how they look and how the NFT works and everything.
I think we've got about 10 out there at the moment. I think we released another one a few hours ago.
The character.
Yeah, we showed another character off.
Yeah, and that's like I can actually do. Well, I can. We can share and show that in a bit. So like these NFTs, if people, so you're saying these are promotional NFTs that has been dropped. How would a person acquire them, and what should they be doing?
For these ones, they're all gone. They're in numbers. They're the Atomic Hub, the secondary market's the only place to get these first 4. We dropped the first one just in Telegram, and then the second. Well, we were going to just drop number 2. We gave 3 choices on Twitter. We were going to just drop number 2, but then we couldn't pick which one we wanted to drop, so we dropped all 3. Two to each person, and by random draw, because you can't pick between your little horrors. Like we couldn't pick a favourite, so we dropped a lot.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, get as many out there as possible.
Yeah, so I guess it's just like following us on Twitter, getting in our Telegram group, and then you'll, as and when we kind of do things, and we will be doing something at least once a week until we launch, I imagine.
Oh, definitely. We've got I think it'll be something website based next week, but it'll all be announced on Twitter and in the Telegram group.
So now you should also, I think you can see what I'm sharing right now as well with the stream. So this is your website. I think you will have to click on something on your screen. There's a third window in our chat, and you can see it, right?
Yeah, there we go.
So here we have the ultra rare, the website ultrarare.uk. That's a great great domain name actually for this. And these are something that the fans have not seen. Well, no, probably.
Just for you, Anders, we thought we'd share something brand new.
Got to do something special for our first podcast.
Yeah, and we have some. How many colors is the first question? We see 4 different ones right now.
Yeah, there'll be in 5. So basically, there's 5 subsets in the series. So each subset has its own color. But yeah, we haven't revealed any of the 5th subset yet, so we couldn't put that one up yet.
We have amazing cards. First time they see this, so they're very excited. They were put up on the website earlier today just to make sure there was no technical issues and we could show them properly. So if anyone had been entering today, they would have seen them earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like them, and I mean, I love things that go to the psychedelic path of the world, and well, this is close to it, right?
Yeah, I like a bit of psychedelic. The other variant we showed, Cosmic, that's pretty psychedelic too. Yeah, so these are the characters that we've kind of revealed so far. As you can see, mostly they're from the kind of the movie horrors subset. As we like, I was saying that we felt that people more familiar.
Let's break your website a bit by zooming in. Nice, 200%. They work very well. I usually break things to make them weird, but this works great.
So, possibly more by look than design, but we'll take it. No, John was in charge of that. He sorted that out for us.
So if we start here, let's do some I think you have thought through why you have these characters and where they come from. So let's start to walk through them a bit and present them for people. So the werewolf, it's obvious for some. What's the story here?
Well, the first subset are kind of horror icons. So we felt like you couldn't do a horror thing without doing the classics. So, the first subset you'll have like werewolf, you've got vampire, zombie, your kind of classic.
You want we all know and love.
Yeah. We felt like we had to kind of honour that.
Introduce us with the classic ones.
Yeah, the iconic kind of monsters. The next kind of characters are like Celestial Terror and Best Friend Bobby. They're from the movie horror, so kind of characters inspired by kind of horror films, but our own take on the. So there's quite a few of those characters that we've released so far.
Yeah, and like Scary Kids is horrible.
Yeah, well, we had to tone that one down. Our artist went crazy with that one. That's the toned down version of it. Yeah, but that's a freaky one. We thought he might be popular because he's.
I mean, I don't remember what the name. There's a game that was big. I don't know if it was 5, 6, 7 years ago. That was scary on like consoles. Well, it's on PC as well. You walk around, everything is very dark, like all the scary games, I guess. But like sudden there's a flash, there's nothing there. It gets dark. Flash, nothing there. It gets dark. You hear a scream, nothing there again, and then suddenly there's a small, small female kid just standing in front of you, and you feel the chills going through all your body just by a little, like a 3-4-year-old kid that says nothing, just stands there.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't know what game that is.
I don't think I want to find out either.
I mean, if anyone in the chat can relate to that, the game was very big. A lot of people were talking about it and streaming and showing it. There are a few games like that, but that game was, I couldn't finish it. So we have your little friend here. Who's that?
Little fiends.
Yeah, little fiends.
Fiends. Correct.
A little homage to Gremlins. That's why they're destroying a classic old school English pub.
This is the late hours, right?
But yeah, I was when I was talking to the artist, I was like, let's have them smashing up a pub, So.
Yeah, we get a lot of lines in these chats. That was the line where he says, "All right, I'll sprinkle the odd arm and leg in the background as well." We've had a lot of decapitated bodies, so we'll go with arms and legs on this one.
So what about the shapeless then?
That's inspired by my all-time favourite film, The Thing. So it's kind of, if people are familiar with the film, they'll get the references, but it's kind of like a combination of, several different images from that film. But that's, it's one of my favourite cards, that.
And then we have the hungry guy.
Yeah, the hungry guy. So that's from the Asian horror. So we've got like a kind of, the Asian subset.
Yeah.
But a classic, ghoul character.
Yeah. Someone you wouldn't want to meet in the... Well, you get stuck on an island and this guy is in the forest. You don't want to stay on that island.
I don't think you want to meet many of these characters, to be honest. Creepo's obviously our kind of, is our first character we released. And it's like you say, that iconic kind of creepy clown.
Yeah.
Black Shuck's a character.
My personal favourite.
Yeah,
I do like the big dog.
A character from kind of, so we've got a UK folklore subset. So Black Shuck's a kind of old English legend. So we had to have him in the set. And Gasha Dokuru is again from the kind of subset, a classic kind of Asian monster,
giant skeleton,
giant skeleton, and the Mananangal, quite hard one to say.
Mananangal.
What's great about this is we've got a guy in the chat who knew all about it. Well, I had to do my research on it now. When John told me about the Mananangal, I had to do my reading up on it. I didn't have a clue, but it was great when you got people from the country that they.
So it's a monster of kind of like Philippines kind of monster. So so it's been nice to kind of represent kind of different parts of the world and all these kind of crazy and things that people won't have seen, which I think will be kind of exciting for people. Yeah, which is cool.
I wonder what kind of like scary things we have in the Nordic countries. I probably know it if I get mentioned.
We've had a look at them. We could have easily knocked up the subset of Nordic ones.
That is, if there's a series 2, that will definitely be something we'll be looking into.
Mostly we have all the children's stories that are positive, like the Ronja and Pippi Longstock and all of those.
There's some nasty monsters as well. Yeah. The good ones.
Yeah, it's a dark country and cold country. There gotta be something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's funny enough that a lot of the different areas of the world, isn't it? That they've got based on similar kind of things. That they've all got their own twist on it.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, when you were kind of doing the research, you notice there are kind of almost like universal kind of horror stories or monsters that. Yeah, they kind of go through each culture and.
Guess we all get freaked out by the same things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
And
so, these different variants.
Yeah, they look very nice when they are big as well. I thought I would break them because I make them bigger than they are supposed to be, but they look okay.
Yeah, well, it's I suppose it's. Kind of,
because I think they're like 400 pixels and I think I have them twice the size right now, but
they look okay on our screen. Obviously for the website, when we plan to have all these things on it, it's obviously we want it to be able to run. So.
Yeah, and you also have to make them small so they load without have to be prepared all day.
With it being in the comic, we were going to have quite a few of them loading at once. So you kind of got to play with it a little bit. That's why we went with 4 frames per page. We originally thought 6, but we didn't want to have loading issues or. Yeah. We wanted it to look right from the start.
Yeah, so that's the cosmic. They're pretty psychedelic too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they are great. The quality of the art is high.
Yeah. I mean, that's really important that we're top notch, really.
We've got a great artist working for us. He's come up with a lot of things himself. John works with him really closely. We just tell him to try something, and he just goes out and knocks it out the park pretty much every time.
Yeah, it's good.
The chat is saying that the purple black shuck is coming from me. I think it's this one he is referring to. But this one could also be the purple, pink, tealish. All the colors I have on the painting on the back here, all the NFTs, they're all that theme as well. So yeah, that's very nice. So to the difficult part, do you have any hard dates on this at all?
Yep, we do. We're 10th of January. We're launching. You're the first to have it officially. We've kind of hinted at it, but
I mean, I did say it in the group, but like, nobody paid any attention.
And also, it wasn't meant to say it, so I tried to shoot that down quickly because we hadn't got it nailed down. But yeah, we've 10th of January. We're pretty sure that's where we're going for now.
Yeah. And that is for the collection. Do you think the comic book will be done then, or do you think the comic book will come later?
No. The comic's going to be a second release, hopefully a month after, but it could be slightly longer. We say they're working on the art. There's quite a few things that still need sorting out. So, and to be honest, we want people to be able to collect first. Yeah. Because it's quite a large set. It's going to take some collecting to be here. So we'll get that out of the way and then.
Yeah, so I mean, with the comic, it will, we'll get it as quickly as we can, but it needs to be right as well. So we're not going to rush it. So, but yeah, hopefully, I guess a couple of months after release, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
because
it's going to happen.
The art will change about 3 times by then, and we'll keep messing with it. And we want it right, especially for a first comic. It needs to look perfect. Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to put an exact date on that yet.
Yeah, and I think that is healthy. Like people that are not the tech based, they don't understand how long some things take to create.
Definitely.
Well, we've seen it if you think about what's happened with Cyberpunk recently, and that that kind of eagerness for it to be released, but and now they've released it, and you probably should have delayed it a bit longer, but.
No,
and we're not making Cyberpunk, so hopefully we shouldn't have any problems.
The last thing we want to do is make something that doesn't look right or it looks rushed. We'd rather it's our first. It's a big release for us, and we've been working on it for months. We'd hate for it to not be perfect or as close to perfect as we can get. We want it to be working on the day.
Yeah, very, very nice. And as we're talking. The stream already knows about. I'm scrolling through the text on your website, so people, if they're interested, they can read it. They can pause it later and read it as well while we're talking about this. So January 10th, that's a month. It's even less than a month. What can we expect in terms of? I know that on your website it says that you will not over mint your characters and everything is very important for you. I guess being a collector, you know how important that is. So what's the plan here?
In terms of what, like numbers?
Yeah.
The difficult part, yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's something that we've kind of debated.
We've changed our mind so many times,
and it's a fine balance between, I think, it being kind of not overproduced, but at the same time not so scarce people can't collect it or can't afford to collect it. But we think we've got a pretty solid number.
We're going with 60,000 for the entire collection. So even the most common of cards, the base or common or whatever you would like to call it, you'll not, even if 100% of the packs were open, they're all packed, you'll never see anything with a number 300. Everything will be low mids, even the most common will be less than 300. So, and we've got a lot of variants. There's going to be a lot of rare cards in there. But we also had to balance it up with that there'd be enough for the comics.
Yeah.
If there's no cards, there wouldn't be many comics to be able to be made. So we went for the. Yeah. We think we've got the balance about right with that, but we'll have to wait and see. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important. And we actually have a question: do you have any utility for the NFTs? And I guess the main utility is that it will be a comic. So there is like you can collect them because the art is very nice. The longer we go, the more places we will have to actually show our NFTs in a nice way, and these will for sure have a place there. And then we have the comic, which is something that you can interact with, and if you have the NFTs, you can check it out, and if you don't, you will miss a part of the story.
You won't be able to, without this series, it won't be complete. It won't read right. You need. So that's what we're hoping for. To add extra utility and value to these ones with the second release, and comics are cool anyway.
And the illustrator, by the name, I can guess that he's based around you, right?
Yeah, he's a local lad.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think it's quite important for us to, where we can, kind of work people in our own community, especially this time, where jobs are being lost and stuff. So it's quite, if we can give something back to our local community, that's kind of ideal. It might not always be possible, but yeah, he's a local lad, super talented graphic artist, really fantastic to work with.
So flexible. You ask him, and he'll come up with his own ideas. He'll ask us what we want, what he wants, and then come up with all sorts of great stuff. So
we're lucky to have him.
We can see he's just as big of a Marvel and a hero fan as I am as well.
yeah, he loves. But to be fair, he hadn't really done any horror stuff before this, but he's taken to it, so that's good.
Yeah, we can all say that he has done an amazing job there, and we can see the quality of all of these, that he's a talented guy.
Yes, he's great.
So we have January 10th. We have the comic book in the future. We have some promos released. What happens between now and January 10th?
I think we're going to be doing some more promo stuff. We're going to be dropping some more stuff, just to kind of try and build as bigger of an audience as we can.
Just get our name out there. So I think we've been really happy with the reception we've had. But it's still quite a limited community that people know about us. It's great to come on your show.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to spread the word as much as we can over the next few weeks. Obviously we've got the little box of horrors.
And I'm saving that question actually, but we will take it now since you mentioned it. What's inside the box?
Well, we can't tell you what's inside.
Also, I think people like what's inside the box, but what's inside tomorrow might not be what's inside today. It keeps changing.
It does keep changing. Yeah. I think that people who have kind of been in our Telegram group and have seen kind of what we're doing will have a sense of some of the things that we might be doing.
We love our swag. There's a lot of horror swag out there.
And it's Christmas, so there's going to be some Christmas themes, But I think there's going to be something in there that will only be in there. That's what. So.
We've got one rare piece that's.
And what is the box? For anyone watching, what is the box? What are we talking about?
So basically, it was this idea I came up with, and I said to Richie, we could do like a kind of Christmas kind of, it's coming up to Christmas. Let's do like a box, and so it's something we give away every day, just for being a member of our Telegram group. We just pick it at random, and somebody gets the box. You didn't think necessarily it was a great idea, but people seem to like it.
Wasn't that? The swag grew on me. There was the badges. My black shuck badge is my favourite piece, I think. But yeah, there's.
We just, to be honest, we kind of like anything that's fun. We kind of like up for trying it. We like giving stuff away. It's kind of nice to give stuff to people, especially if they kind of like it. I mean, I'd give everything away.
You do, definitely. But yeah. It's a good way of getting people to have a chat in the group. Or say we don't just when we do the draw, we normally give a few NFTs away. That's NFTEE because you were so proud of yourself for these t-shirts. So we give a few of them away, a few badges.
I think people kind of people seem to like it. But yeah, it's all just a bit of fun, really, and just it's keeping it kind of interesting, I guess.
But it's very important to build a community. Some of the projects, even the big names, we can say a lot about that. They are not present in the community as much as they should be.
Generally, the bigger the name, the less they're about, aren't they? It's the smaller independent startups and things that I think have pushed it on. Like your blockchain heroes have obviously done loads for the community and quite a few others, rather than garbage pail kids who might sell out quickly. but then we don't hear from them for a couple of months.
I mean, we were talking about it. I suppose it's different as well if you're a big corporation and, you know, there's lots of hoops to jump through, whereas we can be much more responsive. And so I don't think it's necessarily like a straightforward, I think there are kind of things. But yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, because it was a bit of a standing start for us, we kind of came out of nowhere. And people have been, the community's been really, really kind of receptive and really supportive. You know, there's some great people in our group who have been giving us loads of ideas and stuff, and we've taken a lot of this stuff on board. To be honest, you know,
we've made changes to our set based on what the community's done. There's a couple of additions that we're not talking about, but they'll know it when they see it. Yeah, and they've been great. They've been really helpful. Fantastic,
yeah. What were you gonna continue on?
I just say, I think, like you say, it's really important that you know. That's how we can kind of do it, you know, is kind of build that community, get people engaged, and listen to them as well, you know, because one of the things as a writer, you know, you kind of want feedback on stuff because that's how you make it better. So I'm like super kind of open to people, like, yeah, just whatever, you know, criticism, suggestions, ideas, and we'll try and take it all on board where it's kind of possible.
One big and important aspect there is that the more people can provide feedback and they see that feedback is taken into the project, the more they feel like they are a part of it, and the more it will grow on them.
Absolutely, and that's how we want people to feel, you know, we want kind of to, you know, I'm a collector, I know what it's like, so you want to be part of it, and you know, you want to feel respected and kind of valued, and we absolutely do. So hopefully that will come through with time, you know. It's
one of the big things we will be doing is after the sales and whatnot, everything will be rewarded. I think we've built the set and a nice number and everything, so I don't think but also the collectors are going to be rewarded. Yeah, we've got the subsets that are there for a reason, as a little hint. But there'll be rewards galore for if people. This is a massive set. If people manage to collect base sets, for example, and all the others, there'll be a lot of afters. It won't just be a one and done with ourselves. Like.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's important for people to know, because you are a new team. You are going here, and you are here actively partaking in the community, which should also add some trust. Another project that also came built from the community is CryptoTwerps, that just launched this week. Yeah, and they had done a great job to building this community and creating something together.
Yeah, massive community. We're part of the groups. We've seen them.
I think you could take massive kind of inspiration from the way they've done things, and you know, we've been looking at all these projects and trying to kind of, you know, pick out what are the kind of the best aspects of all these projects and try and
what works, what doesn't work, and
So okay, let's talk about a little bit of the NFT space on Wags, because we all three of us seem to be very excited about it. So you started with the Garbage Pail Kids. They came same as most of the community that are here today. We have some old schools that were here on OP Skins and traded some of the NFTs there, and we don't need to talk about that for many reasons. We can stay with everything that is happening now.
That was before our time. We had the Garbage Pail. The Garbage Pail Kids got us. Well, I got me, and then you got very excited, pretty sharpish afterwards.
So, like, okay, the Series 1. What was most exciting about it?
Oh, I was devastated. I looked on Twitter, saw it was coming out, and I was like, I was out for a miss. I said, I'm going to buy a few of these packs. Forgot about it. The next day, all the packs were sold out, weren't they? So then I had to go on the secondary market. I was picking up anything I could, didn't really fully know what I was doing. Just wanted to be collecting. But yeah, I missed out the packs because I never for 1 minute thought, well, how quickly did they sell out? It was less than a day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it actually was pretty much 24 hours. It was a slow compared to the next sale, but it was very fast. Like no one really expected it. Like when it started to go fast, it went crazy.
Yeah, well, I think I saw when there was still quite a few packs left. I'll come back to that in a few hours. There'll be no problems, and then they were gone. I was gutted. Because I missed out on the whole pack opening experience at that point, but made sure from there on we didn't miss a release after that.
Yeah, so I had to pay through the nose for my set when I finally got to the table. So,
Yeah, my set of the Series 1 right now, I think is six. I think I still have 50, 60 or 70 fat mats. That's pretty much what I have.
Yeah. I went for Potty Scotty. I got to about 15 of them and then gave up and went back, then backtracked. I thought it's not, no way we'd be able to corner the market on them. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And okay, since then, which release have I been most excited for you?
I remember I was sat on your stream for COG, so I think I was sat on it for about 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, we bought them and then they wouldn't open, would they?
Yeah.
We were all sat there open trying to.
So that was good.
Yeah, COG was a big one. In fact, I don't think I missed one early doors. I had no interest in Shatner whatsoever, but I wanted to buy some. And then the shards were pretty good. I got quite excited by the shards, getting a few X-rays and whatnot.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and yeah. So COG was a massive one.
Yeah.
So, even Tiger King, although slightly maybe 240,000 cards was too many, but it was my first GP case that could be opening packs, missing out on the season 1, so that was exciting as well. Got my first collector's edition out of that one, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Then you got something good out of that, and I also liked the Tiger King release. There are a lot of people that didn't, but I had a lot of fun doing it and it was a very active sale, and the secondhand market in the start was very active as well.
Yeah. I mean that one was sold in, what is it, like minutes?
Seconds. Well, it was instantly sold.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I missed that one as well.
Yeah.
I got one purchase. Yeah, I bought one set of packs, and then my card got. I got a message from my bank saying they terminated my card.
Good.
And then on the Shatner release, they did the same. They terminated my card. I couldn't buy anything.
Yeah. Fortunately, I was a poker player, so my bank knew if I was putting any kind of deposits into foreign things, they were all right with it. Just let it go through; it'll be fine. So yeah, I think that worked out well with crypto in general. But yeah, garbage pail kids on. Yeah, he wants to buy them; it'll be fine.
Yeah, and we actually have a nice comment on stream that he's very happy that we bring so many projects here, because he always have high hopes for them after the show, and that's very good, because I bring people here to talk to because I find it exciting to talk to the people that create things. I want to learn more. What gets you going? Why are you in this community? Why are you here? And in this case, it's very clear that you are here because you really like this field. You really like what is happening, collecting, want to create something that you're passionate about. You are not here to drop something and disappear. At least that's how you're communicating, which is very good.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I wasn't a huge collector before, and I was like, "Oh, I'll buy if you see what it is." No, I just want a base set of everything. If I've got a base set, I'm happy. I don't go for the really rare. I'm not, but yeah, and I think every GPK base set, COGS, ridiculous amounts we bought between us, didn't we, at the time? And
I remember when it was Garbage Pail Kids Series 2. So obviously I was like, I'm getting some of these. I'm not missing out this time. I didn't get any.
You've never seen an angry man. He was done with it. I'm done with NFTs. I'm never buying it again. I'm back at the window. Furious.
Oh, yeah. I had to go for a walk. I was so.
I got some beauties. He didn't want to hear about it. He didn't want to hear about my.
Yeah, I sent him a message and I was like, I said, my bank things all got bounced back. I didn't get anything. I was like, did you do it? He's like, yeah, I did all right. I was like, oh no.
He wasn't happy for me.
Yeah.
I was.
The next day, maybe.
I mean, all Garbage Pail Kids releases have been very fun as they release. And what happened after Garbage Pail, the second series, the second-hand market has not been that exciting. If we can leave it at that. But did you participate in the did you participate in the golden burn of the Garbage Pail Kids?
I didn't this time. I looked at it, but I don't want to say too much, but I've got quite a lot of low mints. I wasn't burning those low mints for these. For a chance at a gold. If it had been a guaranteed gold, fair enough. But I wasn't playing the lottery on it. But,
no, I didn't get into that.
No.
be honest, I suppose as well, we've been so busy, and also we've been so busy on this, and also there's so much going on. It's kind of hard to keep up with it.
Yeah, like I live here day and night observing other projects and working on the things that we do in the background. And I have a really hard time following things. I participated in that just because I felt like I had too many Garbage Pail Kids series too. So I burned all base cards I had.
Did you get a gold or
nope. I even opened an ultimate pack and burnt them all, and I opened another pack and I burnt them all just to be part of it. I think I opened 3 standard packs and 1 ultimate. But hey, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's all the gamble.
Quite like that though, to be fair. There's a lot of gambling with this random number generators going on all over that.
Yeah.
The whole minting aspect, it's we're going for the hybrid. We're giving that a try for the first time, but we've been on the fence. Well, I don't think mint on demand probably isn't fair, but it is fun to start with.
Yeah.
But it probably long term, you're not going to get people opening packs and things, and pre-minted probably is better. But I think we're going for a mixture of the two. So hopefully you'll get the initial surge. But
so like X amount of cards are pre-minted, or how
yeah.
does...
Yeah. What are your thoughts on percentage-wise? We've asked the community. We've had a look at the community and that, and I've seen people range from 10% should be pre-minted to 90% should be pre-minted. So we're probably going to go bang centre because nobody really knows what the best option will be. We want to keep the mystery so people don't know exactly how many cards are going to be printed of each one. Yeah. I didn't really like. We don't want to know that there's going to be 18 of this exact or whatever the numbers are, but you also want everybody to have a shot at your low mints. Yeah.
Yeah, we have had some releases. Garbage Pail Series 2 was one of them, where by changing the time on his computer, he could buy them earlier, and he opened and got all the first mints.
Yeah.
And things like that is very boring for everyone else, because everyone is excited to go for this because it's very fun to open in the start. Yeah. Yes, I got one and I got the legendary or something.
Adrenaline, you get like quite excited, don't you?
See how quickly you can open them. But yeah, that's But that just leaves a bit of taste for people if there's no shot at the number ones. Yeah. So that's what pre-minted obviously takes that out, the problem with that out of the equation. But I say I don't particularly like knowing exactly how many of the cards are going to be either. So when we talked to Jonah and Fabian at Atomic, and they were talking about this, they were quite excited about the possibility of giving that a go. So we signed up for that. We thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, I like that partly pre-minted aspect as well. And I mean, the exciting part, if we went back a few days for the Blockchain Hero launch, I told people I'm not gonna live stream, I'm not gonna open a lot of packs, and then I went here and I opened I think 25 packs on stream. And then I bought more, and I think I have 25 more in my wallet right now that I will open someday, because I don't know.
Without the mint on demand, isn't it? Because if you would be less inclined to open them if it was mint on demand.
Yeah. So they kind of do this mixed one with the first set of packs they sell are pre-minted, but all the ones after are not. And like the last pack I opened was actually a pack from phase 2, but I didn't realize that. So when I opened it, all of them had the same mint. They were like mint 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48. I was like, what is happening? And then I scrolled down, it was 199, 199, 199. And that was because that was not a pre-minted pack.
Yeah, two pack. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got that pack from Joel, and I didn't understand. It was a mint number 4. I was like, I'm gonna open it. Doesn't matter that it's low mint. I'm gonna go for it, and yeah, it was fun.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, and the chat right now says keep the amount of pre-minted low, and if you ask the next guy, he will say keep the amount of pre-minted high. So
that's the problem we've got. I says that you've had people say 10%, people say 90%, and there's no right answer because it's not being done. Nobody knows. Yeah. So we probably will. We'll be going safe. We'll be going somewhere in the middle. But whether it's 50%, who knows? But yeah. Well, so I'm asking everybody because
and
we'll get people's opinions.
We'll take it to the group and see what they think as well. And get.
Yeah. I don't think we'll go really low. I don't think it'd be like a 10 or 20%. I think we want like because we're not planning on selling out. We'd love to, but we've no idea how it'll go. So it could be people opening packs for quite a long time. It could be when the comics come out.
Yeah.
So so we want still people to have a shot at some decent mints and things later down the line.
Yeah, and that was actually gonna be one of my questions, because like you have the first release, and that is exciting for this community we have now. It's exciting for the collectors. But then you will have another burst of people when you say, hey, we have a comic. If that is 1 month or 3 months or 5 months after, when that happens, there will be another like, okay, now we want some packs. We want to be participating. We can open them. It's fun to open. What happens?
And not all the cards will be used. Obviously, we've got 100 base characters. Not all of them are going to be part of the comic. So there'll be some that'll be more sought after than others. And then because I think we have got the exact numbers, I'm not going to go with that now, but yeah, we'll say a certain percent of the characters will be used, and you'd imagine they'll be more sought after because they'll be needed.
Yeah.
Further down the line.
And I agree here with Sir Jiggy. He has a comment that it's not exciting to open a pack directly and get mint number 1025. And I can relate to that at all.
I can promise that. No high mints later. I always say.
I know people that got Alienware land packs when they started, like that sale, they started at a high price and went down each hour. And there was those that opened one at the start and got like mint 25 of a common land. And that was like, bummer for them.
Yeah, in the high price.
Yeah, but that's the gambling addict in us. That's why we buy the packs and have this fun. It's exciting. And for a poker player, how is that playing in for you?
Well, I love the gamble. There's no denying that. I love random number generators, looking for those collectors, the one of a kinds. But yeah, that's it. I'm all over that. So I think the very first Alien Worlds, I bought a more expensive pack, but just the first one, and then. But then, yeah,
I did as well, just to try to get some of these low mints.
Just because it was new. I like it when people innovate. If they throw something different out there, I've got to get involved.
Yeah, it's funny that you've become a collector, though, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't expect fully to but like I think Shatner. I had no interest in Shatner, and I got this X-ray, a number 1 X-ray. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sell it. Put it on quite high. And, Then when it sold, I was gutted. It was my favourite card. I was like, it ruined my collection losing it. I was like, turns out I've been properly converted.
Yeah, I never managed to follow. I always have a plan, and I never managed to follow it. Do you manage to do that after you have played poker a bit? Do you keep to your strategy, or you abandon it?
You're meant to keep to the strategy. In an ideal world, you do, but we're all emotional. 95% of the time, it's called going on tilts when it all goes wrong, and you have the odd explosion where that happens. Not as much as when I was younger.
Yeah, like the other day when the blockchain heroes, when I was streaming, I got one of the collector's edition. I was very first I didn't understand that it was a collector. When it's that, and I put it on the stream at all times just for fun. And just as I shut everything down, I put it up for sale. I went down, brushed my teeth, and when I put up my phone when I was brushing it was sold. I was like, whoa! No. why is it gone?
Oh, I've not priced it right. If it goes like that, someone's gonna bargain.
Yeah, but it was fun, and then I went up and bought more packs with that whack. So that's good.
Yeah, but you say have you got a plan? I think that you always start with a plan and then you always double it, don't you? So how many packs are you going to buy? Well, I'll buy 5.
Yeah.
So that's 10 really. But
I really wanted the artifacts. I got one artifact in a pack that I promised. Okay, this pack I will give out whatever is inside it to everyone in stream. And in that pack I got the mint number 2 and I got the artifact. And that's the only artifact that I got all night.
Somebody will be happy.
Yeah, I love to make people happy as well. Like you want to give things away. So we have been talking about this. We have get to know you a lot more, which is very nice. People can actually get this and get a feeling that you are here for the community. You are participating in the other sales. You want to have fun. You want to be here long term, and you have a plan forward. Do you have anything else that you want to add before we finalize today?
I think we've covered quite a lot. Was there anything else we were?
Not really. I think we've covered a lot of ground. I guess it's kind of like if people are interested, just get in the Telegram group and
it's linked below. The Telegram group and the website is linked, so just click it and go.
It's quite. I think it's quite active. The group's, kind of like there's a good bunch in there.
And we'd like to hear feedback from this as well, so we'll see what you think about the art, the numbers, and everything. See if.
But yeah, it's probably the best way you're kind of interested to stay kind of on top of what's going on. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be able to talk, and hopefully, people, like you say, people can see that we are here for the community, and
we thought it was important to get our faces out there, because obviously you've had a couple of people having you out with the chibis and things like that. Yeah. I think the days of anonymous projects are over. I think it's important everyone.
We need to provide trust and something like you need to build a community, and to build a community you need to have a trust layer, and that is very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to show we're not here just for January the 10th, and then we're going to be off. That we're hopefully here for the long term.
So one last question here: you have a lot of Super Nintendo games. Do you play them?
Not as much as I'd like to, but I do get it out on special occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when you have friends at home, or when you're sick, or?
It's quite a good party thing. So yeah, friends come over, we'll play. I find it, to be fair, kind of what I like about old games is they're quite, you can just kind of zone into them. So I find them quite therapeutic. So yeah, every now and again I'll crack it out and play a bit of Castlevania or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, I love the Donkey Kong Country on that console. It's
all the Donkey Kongs, yeah.
Bit of Street Fighter on there as well, is that?
Street Fighter,
yeah, and that's coming in January, right?
It better not be coming on January the 10th.
He's coming on 9th. No, I don't have a date.
That's what we try to, because originally we were thinking about
end of December.
Yeah. Just like, there was a lot of people in the group were saying, it's too much. Please don't do it in December. So we're like, yeah, no, that makes sense to be fair.
Yeah, but if they come on for the 10th of January, we might be the 7th of January.
Yeah, I think it's good to be a little bit flexible with that. Like Uplift Art actually moved, I think it was 2 weeks, because there was the weekend with Vancinity when that launched. I think it was 3 releases in one weekend.
Was boards, wasn't there?
And that's when Uplift planned to do it, and they're like, no, we're not gonna do it then, and they moved it. And I think that's very healthy.
I've read that Street Fighter will be February, so hopefully that's the case. If it's too close to us, we'll have to move.
Sergei says it's February 12th, but I don't think we have an exact date.
I think we read February 10th as well, but that's where it's looking at, so I think we'll be all right.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
Okay, I said that was the last question, but I have one more. Will you buy Bratz?
I think Richie will buy anything.
There's very few things that I haven't bought.
Is that the one you might draw the line at?
I'm not saying I'm drawing the line at it. If I'm sat at the computer when Bratz launches, there's no way I won't have a pack or two.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm excited about.
Yeah, but that's very nice, and I will for sure follow you. So just keep me in the loop as well, and I will see if I can help you, and tag me in your tweets. I will help to retweet if I can and if I see it. A lot of days I get a lot of tags, so I miss a lot of things nowadays. But just do it and spam me, and it's all good.
We certainly will. Thank you very much for having us on.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, and thanks everyone for watching, and. Have some fun, collect all the NFTs, and remember that the NFT space is the crypto fun stuff. So, peace.